Yeah, I mean, you can obviously see the drop off here in the in the fourth day where guys are just getting tired. They're not used to the Olympic sheet. It's not easy, and that's what the hope of camp was. We didn't want camp to be easy. The league's hard, the season's a grind, so we try to make camp a mini version of the season, and we definitely could see some drop off. We told the kids that we saw that, so that they understand that they need to get into the gym, they need to get their conditioning, they need to get more leg strength so they can continue to play 5 days. I mean, we go 6 days a week pretty much with games and practices, and these guys only have 1 day off. They've got to be in great condition, because at the next level it's even harder, and that's obviously what we're trying to do, is develop the players for the next level. So you could tell a little bit that these guys were getting tired, but at the same time, everybody still was competing. They were tired, but they weren't stopped. They weren't not competing. They were continuing to work hard, shift in and shift out, just not at the pace and not at the quickness that I think we were looking for. Well, it's obviously quicker down there. You're not looking as much over top everything. You're kind of looking at the speed, how guys handle the puck, how they do things a little bit different. But at the same time, looking at how guys handle themselves on the bench, how they come off the ice. Do they skate hard off the ice? Do they, do they come off and yell at a teammate, or have their head down, or bang their stick? Little things that we see during the year that we don't tolerate, we're looking for during tryout camps. So we know if it's not a deal breaker, but it's something that we need to know before we get a kid into camp, so that we can nip it in the bud here soon, so that it doesn't just become something bigger than teenage, being a regular teenager. This, in the 3 years that I've been in the North American League, this is the hardest and the best camp that we've had by far. And we thought we had a pretty good camp last year. We've been evaluating and discussing guys for days. Since Wednesday, we've been discussing guys, and we spent over an hour trying to get our numbers to 42, which it took us over an hour, days, to get that number down from the 6 teams that we had, because we had so many good players, and trying to decide whether they all were ready this year and they had an opportunity, or whether we should bring in a kid that we like for next year to give him an experience. So it was an extremely hard decision last night. It was an extremely hard decision today. The kids did not make our jobs easy at all, and that's great. That's what we want. A lot of sleepless nights here those last 5 days, because there's so many good players here, and we appreciate the effort that they gave. Obviously, when we get these guys into camp now, it's going to be our job to mold them into the type of players that we want them to be. But I was extremely pleased with the effort. Yeah, I think the pace picked up again. Obviously, when kids see that they've got an opportunity to make a tryout and to make the training camp roster here, they pick it up even more. And that's, I think, the one thing we saw this whole week was, it started off really high, and then it got even quicker, and guys kind of tailed off, and then it got even quicker for the All-Star game, and guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. And that's the point of the whole camp, to ramp things up as we go, so that we see, again, who's in shape, who can play at this level, and who can go through the daily grind. But we think we've got a really good team. We're built from the back out. I don't believe we've got a kid that's going to be a 100-point guy here. I don't know if we want a guy like that. We want to be a 4-line, 6-team or 6-defenseman team that plays really good defense, attacks with speed, and scores and wins as a team. We're not looking for one guy to put everything on his shoulders and he's got to be the guy that's going to score. I don't want that. We want everybody to develop, and I think we've got a lot of really good pieces, and now it's just going to be to these kids how well they can come in, how well they can get along with each other and buy into to the core values that we believe in. Last year the guys bought in really quickly and we had a really good start. That's the same hope that we can do this year and get off to a good start as well.